Now, game just started. That means we can take a look at the draft again. And I'll hide that from you. This again. And I hope the game is really loading. Yeah, we have 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the countdown. And let's think about who has the better Civ draft in our opinion. I think Incas, you have to figure it out to be good. So you have to train with them with the new bonus to find out how to play them their full potential. And if Muhammad is doing that, I quite like them as a 4th pick. But Saracens and Khmer are far from being not good later picks. And Mayans, even though Mayans could be considered my favorite Civ, I don't like them that much on Arena. And Spanish Portuguese, very solid. Spanish. Oh yeah, with their new bonus, they should be really strong, right? Yeah, Muhammad feels a bit more like a player who goes for castle age aggression and maybe castle drop here and there, while PLP probably more I get relics, then I get boom in, then I get a strong army to crush you type of player. But we'll find that out in the first game of today, where Muhammad will play with Portuguese and PLP with Byzantines, and we can jump into it. Muhammad is playing in red here. Oh, I wanted to add their seeds. And PLP, who's part of Fox apparently. There's some quite good players in there in that clan. And multiple people who are in Masters of Arena, so maybe he got some training in with his clan mates. Let's add the seeds to their names. 7 and 72. And then we can fast forward a bit. Even though this is a 9 build start, not 3 builds like a normal RM, Dark Age still is a bit boring on Arena. We could, in theory, congratulate PLP on how well he is pushing this deer under the TC. Well done, mate. Would obviously be better if there was only one deer and or one boar. Would be a bit more efficient, but less efficient on the attention of the player. And therefore we push in as much as we can and just take it. And this is a 4 deer start. I'm not sure if it's the same on this version of Arena, as Masters of Arena 7 Arena, or if it's just the other version, but we could start with 3 or 4 deer. In this case, it's 4 deer, giving people a slight bit more food, which can lead to slightly faster up times. Oh, that is not a good ball lure. That is something I would criticize unironically, unlike the pushing off more than 1 deer at a time. And let's see how he is using the Portuguese bonus, that those 4 builds are also collecting a bit of wood all the time, and this gives me the feeling that he is only sending 6 and not 7 or 8 to wood, and only is using 1 wood line, therefore saving 100 wood for another lumber camp. Okay, there's the 7th one. And if history is anything to go by, Muhammad is going to Monk Rush. Portuguese with the cheapest monks in the game. So if you want to do a lot of monks, Portuguese are your homies. But he's sending one will out to stone in Dark Age already. So I don't think we go by history. We go by build order here and predict a castle drop by Muhammad. Which could be accompanied by those super cheap monks, only 80 gold instead of 100. And our Byzantines player here, not single will on gold or stone right now. One goes out here. How many wills do we have on wood here now? 7 instead of the 8 of PLP. But I assume Muhammad has more wood collected already. And he clicked up hop 26 to the feudal age, while PLP didn't click up yet. And still is a bit further away from clicking up. And he already has 3 farms, while his opponent only has 1. This indicates to me that he goes for a later uptime, but a more, what do you call it? Long-term oriented plan. Ah, it was in queue behind Wills. Okay. Okay, then he's playing fast castle. I thought he would play a fast imp, but with 27, even though Byzantines get pretty cheap imp tech, that shouldn't be possible, right? It's a bit sad that it isn't shown here that feudal age is clicked up. Yeah, and I agree. We will be seeing a situation where PLP has to show how good he can boom, while a castle and probably organ guns are in the front of his base. Market is placed here, but no builds sent over. Okay, now he notices it and sends 4 wills over, and 2 wills building the black... Oh, a stable, not the blacksmith. Stable market, and here stable blacksmith. And it's not only Pepsi Max, it's Pepsi Max Cherry. Can't really show it that well. And Neely would be very happy. It's the OG sugar water. It is stream. But I think I'll get something. I think this is something that John Slow would like, right? I don't know how much of a monk player he is, but clown and a important figure of the clown community, he probably isn't against the usage of monks, right? Okay, so quite a lot of wills on straggler trees here. I'm probably waiting to be able to drop farms or ATC later. And Muhammad, with his earlier uptime and he's stable, gets good hits on the scout of PLP. Now the big question is, will PLP see now what is coming for him? I mean, he could potentially predict it, but castle drop is not the only thing Portuguese can do. And he only sees scouts following him and a spearman seeing the wills, though. When will he see the wills? Not yet. I think here we have a castle. Haha, I'm so good. So good. I'm so good at placing castles. Yeah, and PLP has no idea what's going on. I mean, could have an idea. But at the moment he doesn't show any reactions in my opinion. Yeah, castle could have been 1 tile more forward. I think if Muhammad loses it, it will be because of that. Yeah, the monks from this monastery. Ooh! Ah, he scouted the castle with those scouts and immediately deletes the monastery because he knows those monks won't get out of this gate. And this gate can be guarded. And yeah, then you won't get anything from the monks and instead needs the siege workshop to defend against the organ guns. And starting a palisade wall here? How long does he want to stop the organ guns with that palisade wall? Especially if it's only one. For a second? Not at all? If he is only building this, it feels like a waste of wood. I don't know if he knows that the organs got nerfed, but they're still not too bad, right? I mean, mangonel defense is now normally strong enough, but you also do have to withstand the pressure, and I don't know if PLP knows how long it takes those units here to go through palisade walls. House walls are fine, but this gold is useless now. And this wall is useless as well, which Muhammad notices. And that is not good for PLP. And I have to say that is his fault. What do we have here? A lot of light cav coming in now from behind. Taking away the way out for the organ gun. What is that? Pathing? Micro? I don't know what it is. What the problem here is. Oh, not repairing the mangonel isn't nice for PLP, but he kills a lot of the organ guns. And there's another hole. That one is kind of guarded by the TC, but 4 pierce armor makes it hard for the TC without any attack upgrades to do real damage here. Yeah, that's not a lot of damage against the organ gun with 4 wills in here. And PLP didn't build a single extra TC yet, only pending right now. And he also isn't getting much army, so he has a 2-will lead. Because Muhammad has some idle TC time, but I would rather have 35 workers, 10 military than 2 military, 37 workers. So, yeah, there's a fellow 1200 to 1300. I can't disagree with you, Batsy Brown. That's those are the mistakes I do. No, not this one, but this one. This soul I would do as well. Long range organ guns, shooting down the TC step by step, but it's quite a long time, and I would love to see a bit of more light cav. Oh, Knight's woodwork as well. Killing the light cav here, and we see another TC for PLP here, but ooh, I don't know if moving in here is the right decision. Mangonel just cleans this up too easily with repair wills, but there are more and more organs coming in. And yeah, second castle for Muhammad is planned. And here would be a risky spot, right? But here, you don't want to have your wills in range of a mangonel popping out here. And I think he will build it here because the organs are now rearranging themselves to get closer to spot where they can defend the wills building a castle. And yeah, PLP with a lot of wills on gold. That feels like too many. Unless he clicks redemption soon. Maybe it's another monastery. 18 in gold is quite a lot for someone who should focus on... I mean, if he goes for mangonels and monks, he Needs quite a lot of gold. Did he get redemption without me noticing it? Then I don't want to say anything about the upgrade for the monks. Good job, by the way, by Muhammad. He's getting the 4th relic, and there's number 5 on the table for him. Repair will on the way. And I think monks can also heal organ guns, right? Isn't it the only unit that can be healed and repaired, or is it? No, no, it can only be repaired. Yeah, and there's the castle we all wanted to see. I think only one good early shot. Ooh. Could deny that one, but isn't coming. Now Lightcav would better than the knights, in my opinion. But Muhammad not with a lot of wills on food. It looks like he is buying food. Is getting a lot of kills now against the wills of PLP. And will he jump with the knights against the conversions? 1 conversion, 2, 3 conversions? Well, that could hurt his organ gun numbers as well. But no, the knights are fighting against each other and are all dying. But the second castle got up. Built some farming wills here. Castle with upgrades would reach the monastery and the blacksmith and the siege workshop here as well. And more organ guns dying under the TC. I don't think that is what you should do with organ guns running under there. Yeah, that stable was quite ambitious. Our market prices. Yeah, it looks a bit like he bought some here. At the market a bit. But only a tiny bit. Okay, he has some more on food now, but PLP still has more idle TC time. And Muhammad with more wills because of his raid a moment ago against 2 TCs. And yeah, he has all the pressure and is in a good situation, even though PLP has the score lead. Wow. And no one noticed those wills sneaking around, probably through this gate and the not finished wall here. Now building TC, taking the gold of Muhammad. But I don't think that is enough. And it doesn't help him to get rid of the pressure. Well, of course the stronger eco could do that soon, but yeah, that tower will be annoying for PLP, but I think placing it here right next to the gate would be way better, right? Ranging over here as well. And there are more wills moving out. And Muhammad is completely focusing on the straightforward push through the middle. I mean, what else should he do? He has 2 castles there and a lot of organ guns. And isn't noticing that his opponent is taking the outsides of the map. Or is he noticing it? There's an organ gun. Second one is moving there as well, but he isn't moving out with them. Where's the big mast? There it is. And siege workshop. Maybe for Ram? Ah, this knight got deleted, so it doesn't get converted. But that PLP is sending over the mangonels and not the monks to the organ gun tells me we don't have redemption there. I don't think you should have all those wills in here. PLP clicks up to imp. I think a tower here with no wills and getting fletching, no, sorry, botkin. Fletching is in. Also to increase the firepower of the castles would be better here. Nice attack round. I mean, does he want to have the... Okay, he ungarrisoned them. Now PLP has to do something with his imp timing. And he has a bit more builds, but... oh, he doesn't have the less efficient eco. Muhammad is a bit behind there. The resources collected should be better for PLP, but... can he invest them into something that stops this attack? At the moment, DTC looks like a good defense here against the organ guns. 13 kills already. And something that Muhammad should reduce, in my opinion. And no redemption for the monks of PLP. Doesn't feel great against basically a siege push. That is a very aggressive castle here now. Let's see if PLP can do anything against it. Some good mangonel hits could be helpful, but I don't think he can stop the castle. Imagine if those monks would convert a mangonel and a organ gun here. Muhammad moving his builds away so they don't get killed. Getting back at it again. And mangonel's doing a great job here. But pressure is too high. Oh. Slight misplay here by Muhammad that he doesn't save the wills. This knight will be converted. Oh no, it will be deleted. Good shots from this mangonel. Has to die for it. Once again, TC working up more kills. Boyd will die to this castle. And Muhammad once again runs in with some organ guns. And hello, Avoin. Nice to see you here as well. And yeah, that is now the third castle for Muhammad in the face of PLP. What? What the hell? What is PLP trying to achieve with that? He builds another TC, but that is getting attacked by organ guns before it goes up. He has one TC here, and there he collected all the stone. But what does he want to achieve here? Even the woodline isn't fully protected. And Muhammad can build a fourth castle soon. And I assume it will be somewhere here. And oh, this will be open soon. Open for raids. Let's see if something is happening here. A defensive castle here wouldn't be unreasonable either, right? Oh, a lot of wills running around here. Where are they going to? Maybe building a castle here? There was a lot of stone spent. But for what? Did he sell it? I think that is shows us that some stone was sold. And what is he doing with that? A bit confused. Was it just to queue more organ guns? If he would have used it to click up to imp, I would understand it. Oh, that is a dangerous castle for Muhammad. The CC is going to go down to those organ guns. But this gold almost ran out. This gold under the control of PLP. This gold soon under the control of PLP. But yeah, he can still get this one. He has 5 relics. No, he has only 4. Not taking the 5th one is a clear mistake. Wills getting lured into the castle. And not getting the kill on the organ gun, right? No, not at all. This gold is still open for Muhammad. But Will's trying to get in here. We get a trap. What is that to see? Is it just as a defensive building? That area? That is less expensive than a castle? I think the advantage of PLP is working. Could you get back from this? I mean, this TC is dead. That was basically a waste of resources. And just to increase the idle TC timer here. The castle here will probably fall. Oh no, that was a misplaced gathering point from the castle, but not a problem because Muhammad doesn't really have defensive there. And here he's losing to Mangonel. This Mangonel is doing a great job. Oh, yeah, that was a scouting trap. Just looking what is going on here. I mean, they have great range, so not the worst thing ever. Oh, and those Wills here getting walled in by Muhammad. But the trap... Oh, the castle can reach this gate. The trap can kill it when it's done with the houses here or whatever it's targeting right now. But the organ guns will be there in time and kill probably 12 of the Wills of Fox, who already is way behind in Will numbers. And Muhammad is building a TC at the main gold of PLP. What is going on? Yeah, some rams prepared, but those are just rams, battering rams, not capped rams or siege rams. That's not the strongest siege weapon we know, and can be countered by Mangonels quite well. This game turned out way more chaotic than expected. Better in terms of high quality of perfectly executed strategies? Nope. High quality in terms of fun we have when we're watching it? Maybe, if you're a clown, that's for you. Oh, Muhammad losing houses and is housed because of that. While PLP is at Bob 54, minute 42. He will have less population than minutes in the game in short time. Oh, and the Rams are attacking this castle, but they will fall pretty fast to the Wills. Oh, but the organ guns trying to defend here. Those could be attacked because the organ guns can't run into the castle fire, but they still do. Did you know that organ guns can't run under castles? But they don't know it, so they still do it. And they die. But the castle dies first. The ram push is successful. And this DC is now defenseless. It's DC though, at the gold of Muhammad, built by PLP. Still going up. And remember, this was the spot where Muhammad had a TC like 5 minutes ago. Can we still talk about this as Muhammad's base and this as PLP space? Or do we have to just call this the Wild West and Wild East and Wild everything? And remember, Muhammad is still not in Imp. It has 0 food and 0 wills on food for 10 minutes. Let's get into the statistics and see food gathering last minute. And yeah, red. Well, can I? That's shown weird. Yeah, so the situation right now. Cataphracts going for the Wills here, which is nice. Muhammad has way higher pop. He's around 60% higher in pop, 80%. But he has the most unbalanced eco I have ever seen. While PLP has very balanced eco for a Byzantine player, focusing on wood and food. I mean, trash doesn't cost anything else, right? So, very balanced. What is this eco? Now, 13 on gold. Where's... Ah, that was because he was building the TC here. Market... Siege workshop is going down. That's no problem because you need resources to use those buildings. The 2 bombard cannons trying to kill the siege from far. And... well, they are not horrible at that at the moment. But don't achieving too much either. If Fox had a bit of protection here for the bombard cannons, I would say he could do something here, but right now it feels more... Ooh, there was a bombard cannon popping out of the siege workshop and dying immediately to the organ guns. That was costly. And another castle by PLP in the wild north. And it feels a bit like both players are completely dead. Hanging on for the last attempt of turning this game around. And those bomber cannons are cornered now, taking a lot of organ guns with them, but that's a fight Muhammad loves to take. And there are quite some bombard cannons, organ guns around. And every now and then we get in trap. Oh, and there was a new one hiding here. By the way, minute 50, pop 27 for PLP. But is he dead? I think so, but Muhammad as well, right? So, even though pop 77 at minute 50, not horrible. And PLP wants to reboom here. At the moment, he has 10 on gold and 0 on all the other resources. But he has 2 cataphracts killing the Will there. Perhaps going for the organ hunt. And yeah, this could be a draw. I wouldn't be mad about it. Yeah, Muhammad decides a TC would be nice. That isn't burning. And builds one right in the middle. And PLP is losing the last bit of proof that this was his base at some point. And those Wills are running into a death trap. Mangonel is trying its best to kill the organ guns. Can he repair the Mangonel? It has to take some damage before that. Oh no, killing his own units! Oh god! Yeah, well deserved laughter. Laughter? Yeah. 11. What is happening here? Oh no, not the lumber camp. Yeah, that TC is gone. And feels really like a base trade. PLP is running around here, what was Muhammad's base, but he can't really get into this area. He has to open the gate here. And he has 2 cataphracts queued. But only in one castle. Isn't he using multi-queue? Interesting. And now, after taking this base away from PLP, Muhammad is coming for this one. Oh, Wills trying to kill the trap. Other PLP repairs it and goes for the Wills with the cataphracts. Why is he killing this house and the outpost? What is he achieving with that? What he couldn't achieve by killing the gate and the houses that are built behind it. Ram is going to town here, or what is left of the town. And... oh no! They had Relic Victory open in the lobby. I don't think that is allowed. Let's hope that they notice before it runs out. And... yeah, Muhammad has to ungarrison one relic. What can PLP do against the organ guns? What does he have to stop them? As long as Muhammad doesn't run into the castles and maybe get some more rams in, which he is doing. Yeah, full Q to kill the castle. I think there's nothing PLP can do against the organ guns. Oh, and the Wills hunting down the cataphracts. But organ guns are around. Can the cataphracts go for them? The pop difference is insane. Muhammad at pop 106 against 31 of PLP. And Muhammad is still extremely far away from ever clicking up to Imp. I think him not being an Imp is the only thing that saves PLP at the moment from being completely destroyed. Because those castles are saving him. And yeah, without them, which would be easy if Muhammad would be an Imp, he has nothing. Absolutely nothing left. There would be one bombard cannon of Muhammad. Would be way easier for him. Oh, and he's deleting the walls here, Muhammad, to have easy access to all those buildings here. Okay, Knights also going for it, and yeah. Now PLP has to call it. The only thing that he still has that keeps him in the game, but will be removed in a moment. Yeah, that was a good start. Oh, into a day of clowning, at least a afternoon. Yeah, Imp is absolutely worthless, even as Byzantines. If it's cheaper, still worthless. You don't need Imp. You just need 9 rams. And obviously being 150 years away from Relic Victory was important there as well. Okay, they have a new lobby open, which is nice. And I click on the Civ icons this time in the overlay. Yes. Not easy to click them correctly because I have cropped them and moved them around, and Streamlabs doesn't really know how to handle clicking on the emulated browser then. And yeah, that was the bug rush. By Muhammad, by the way. I don't even know what I can say about this game. think the next game is not up. Okay, we're both in the lobby. Ah, there it is. It's just not being shown. Ah, I just didn't have the right settings. Spectator dashboard. So we are loading in. 30 seconds to wait for the spec delay. And we will see Spanish and Saracens. That is what I know already. And yesterday, we already hoped to see a lot of Mamelukes. And this could be potentially a new game where we can hope together to see some Mamelukes. Though I don't think it's easy to get to them if your opponent is going for example, Castle Drop and Conquistadors. But the game is loading in Capture and we are in it, and I have to fix the score. Muhammad tries to secure himself a spot in the round of 64, while PLP gives his best to prevent that from happening in the next two games. And yeah, PLP with the Saracens, we all hope he will go for the wonderful Mamelukes, while Muhammad, we consider the last game, I would assume he goes for a castle drop and then his unique unit, that is a gunpowder unit. And this time we don't see a redemption from PLP to counter that with monks. BBB donkey build. What is BBB? I mean, donkey build is probably the missionary. But what does BBB mean? I'm all for wacky strategies with funny names and donkeys. To be honest, I'm always for strategies that involve donkeys. Okay, BBB is a clown. So, basically a donkey rush would be lovely. But how good are Mamelukes against donkeys? Don't they get bonus damage against them? But not against monks. So maybe Muhammad goes for the donkey rush. And PLP has no other option left but Mamelukes. Only Mamelukes can save him. Muhammad is running out already with his scout, not pushing the deer, but coming back. And yeah, PLP already pushed all the deer in. Oh, there are quite a lot of animals rotting here. That's a lot of... Oh, that one not anymore. That's a lot of food that is going down the drain. That one is finished now. This one completely abandoned. And he, again, is seeding 3 farms. Very early in comparison to Muhammad. Oh, he's going for 2 this time. First game, he went for only 1 in Dark Age, if I remember that correctly. Quite a lot of them still queued. Top 26 could be his goal. Somehow I'm still pretty tired. Even though I slept very long today. And I'm drinking quite a lot of caffeine today. Well, PLP on gold. And Muhammad, not on gold or stone yet. By the way, relics, really nice for Muhammad. This one is very close, this one is very close. Feels neutral, but isn't a bit closer to Muhammad as well. Just like one probably. Only this one is clearly in favor of PLP. Oh, I want to see relic victory again. Okay, Muhammad, not on stone yet. So that indicates that we won't see conquistadors from him too early. And not a castle drop. But he's up with pop 26. PLP clicked up pop 25, so a bit earlier. 3 on gold is a hint for me that he goes for monks. And goes out for a barracks. Yes, so probably stable market up click and then monks. And stable and blacksmith, I would assume, for Muhammad. He gets the blacksmith tax so much easier and is getting gold for them. Even though it's only a tiny bit. I think that gives Spanish a small advantage in Castle Age if they can just go for the defense upgrade, for example, for their scouts, or the attack upgrade for their scouts and spearmen, so much easier than anyone else. So blacksmith and stable, obviously market for Saracens and stable as well. And then both can click up, no problems there. European cute, another will. That one too much? Muhammad is up. And they both clicked up now with the same amount of wills. So PLP made 3 wills in Feudal Age. And therefore being a bit later to Castle Age than he initially planned, probably. I don't think he needed to do that. Grüezi Amens eco upgrades. PLP has horse collar before double bit X. Mohamed has both. It's funny how I'm talking about eco upgrades in last game. It was so irrelevant. Apparently yesterday during the 7.5 hours, 8 hours of arena, I lost my ability to speak. But I already was very happy that I didn't grow big red nose this night. Sadly my new emote isn't available yet. Oh, but we have the first scout fights here. That is nice. Which Muhammad is winning decisively, especially if he gets the spearmen in there as well. His scouts are a bit lower in total. I think as long as the spearmen can engage with the scouts together, Muhammad should be fine here, especially if this one gets hit in or two, but he doesn't. Yeah, there are quite a lot of German clowns, but there are quite a lot of German AoE players. So, Lightcav upgrade coming in earlier for Muhammad. And PLP is still waiting for it, but this gives him time to run away with the faster scout cavalry. Oh, now he gets a good fight against the one light cav, and runs away in time from the spearman. His own spearman could have engaged there, at least getting 1 or 2 hits in. Husbandry, giving Muhammad now the option to choose when to fight with the light cav. And this is not the time where he wants to fight with them. I think, yeah, 2 spearmen saved from PLP, while Muhammad lost his. It gives PLP now good options to get control over the middle, but the easy to grab relics for Muhammad will give him probably 2. By the way, there's no monk produced yet. Ah, there was one, but it died. That was a good snipe. There is the monk that should get this relic. But PLP keeps the light cav numbers high. Therefore keeps the map control. We'll now run back. Oh, only sending back some of the light cav and therefore getting the option to kill one. That was nice. Second TC for PLP, which Muhammad has already up, and he's adding a third one, so he'll get more eco faster. And yeah, it's hard for PLP to disengage in fights because he doesn't have husbandry in and therefore is slower with his light cav than Muhammad. And therefore Muhammad can, in theory, always decide when he fights and when not. In practice, there are obviously other factors. Muhammad with a pretty clear will lead. Okay, there's the first relic only for PLP. We go for this one next. This monk is idling around. Goes out now with the light cav. Scouting first. And Muhammad has to stay. Has to stay close to his walls where the monks can help out with conversions without being in danger of getting killed by the light cav. Oh, and this monk looks like it's sneaking around here with this relic, and this one goes for this one. I'm a bit surprised that PLP disengaged there a bit earlier than the monks coming in. So now the monks coming out of the safety of the walls. But PLP has a clear advantage in light cav and kills both monks. No! He gets one conversion in, and I think that turned the fight around. And Muhammad is actually ahead in light cav. No, not anymore. He's still ahead, 5-6. But only if we look here properly. No. PLP is producing one light cav more. Oh, Muhammad queued one as well. And both adding 1 TC more, which is the 4th for Muhammad and only the 3rd one for PLP. So Muhammad will keep his will advantage. And could try to get that relic maybe. This one here got catched by the monk of PLP, and I think it will be... So this relic still isn't in. Only one for each player now. Monk here could run into his base. Safety. Oh, Spearman doing a great job here. And those light cav are moving in against this monk, right? And only this one, but it's good enough. Killing the monk. Why is he running away? Oh god. Oh god. I think he double clicked on this group and had this light cav on the screen. Don't run. Oh, I was confusing them. Thought for a moment that was the monk of Muhammad running away from his base, but no, it's the monk of PLP. And Muhammad sacrifices quite some light cav to get that kill in. And if he now can get that relic, it's absolutely worth it for him. sacrifice few light cap. This monk should move in. Safety. Dream Sniper. For those people who think that was a serious that was serious. We have 2 or 3 minutes spec delay, so definitely not a Stream Sniper. And multiple siestas. Thank you for following. Thank you for showing me that I forgot to add the alert box to this scene, which I obviously change as soon as possible. Run the alert again. 4th TC on the outside for PLP going onto stone, and that can only mean one single thing. We will see Mamelukes. This relic is still on the field, just like this one, but I think this one will be in the hands of PLP soon. While PLP gets some good hits against Muhammad here, the Knight is really helpful, as is the Spearman, getting some good hits in. And Muhammad will be up first to him with a 20 lead. Which makes me think that I like his position a bit more. And camels are coming in for PLP. Did he click Imp, or does he really have so little food? Imp behind the will? Don't tell me here. No. He really is so low with his food. But he's going for an... Is that an aggressive castle? Shh. Don't tell that to the others, Amons. Don't want them to know. Oh, and now Spanish villagers are working at a defensive castle here. And Saracens won't get that up fast enough, so PLP runs back and lost quite a lot of stone here. And it's looking great now for Muhammad. He will get traps out way earlier than his opponent, being able to attack these 2 crucial points and then being right in front of the base of PLP. PLP now with a clear army advantage, but this is nothing a few monks and pikemen, for example, can't fight against. Especially if those pikemen are upgraded to halberdiers, or the monks getting block printing in, or what else can Spanish do? A lot of things. Conquistadors in the back. Really helpful. Chemistry immediately clicked, even before the first trap, so we will see bombard cannons. It's the main siege unit of choice here for Muhammad. And I prefer them. Alps hand cannoneer and bombard cannon is what Amons would play here. At the moment, I don't really see the hand cannoneers. But I absolutely agree with Halps and bombard cannon. Are hand cannoneers the best choice against Mamelukes? Because against Halps, bombard cannon, Mameluke, probably the unit of choice for PLP, right? But he will lose at least one castle pretty soon. This one, not too, not placed too far forward, protecting the base pretty well. I hope that's not the first siege workshop for Muhammad, but it is. Yeah, that's not so nice if you want to pressure your opponent with bombard cannons and then clicking chemistry immediately when hitting Imp. That is great. And then not having a siege workshop to get the production rolling. Redemption coming in, and PLP also on the way to Imp. Is he going for a lot of monks? I mean, Saracens should have close to all monk texts, right? Block printing and redemption together are quite good tags in Imp, especially against Siege. Oh, getting the single pikeman here. Both get fully upgraded monks even. Wow. I knew that they are both up there with the top civs regarding tech availability. Also in the monastery, but that good, I didn't know that. Yeah, there's block printing. So I am preparing my friend, the monk over here. Fletching and chemistry. For what is fletching? What do we want to do with it? Is it for the castles? And by the way, you see that? The beauty of the Mameluke. Scouting that castle is nice with the light cav. We also get theocracy, making the monk micro easier. And a third castle. And I think it's pretty crucial for PLP to not lose the castles. And the bombard cannon gets the trading one monk for one bombard cannon. Great trade for PLP. That is 225 wood and 125 gold more destroyed by PLP. Monks now trying to convert some cavaliers. And being successful at it. We have one here. Mamelukes, camels, converted cavaliers, converted pikemen. All pushing back the cavaliers. But we need to get those traps down. What those traps are trying to achieve. And now the Mamelukes can shred them. Not as fast as I hoped they would do. But they also have to kill some pikemen there. And this is looking good for PLP. He didn't get damaged too heavily in early Imp from Muhammad. And now that he is in Imp as well, he can get up on techs with his opponent. I don't know if Cavalier is the unit of choice here. So I do have Elite Mameluke is getting tagged. What do Spanish do now against those Mamelukes? Mameluke, attack upgrade, defense upgrade, everything we need. So 12 bonus damage against cavalry. I don't really understand those units here. It's easy to outproduce the Mameluke player with half cavalier, but unless you do that heavily, you will lose everything, right? Monks not too bad against cavalier either. I think that it was 2 conversions, one here, one here. And fighting under the castle isn't really helpful for Muhammad either. And bomber cannons will destroy that trap easily if they get far enough onto the field. Oh, Mamelukes moving in too far, but PLP reacting in time, losing only one, I think. Oh no, that was a bombard cannon, right? Yeah, there are only 2 left now. Trap has to retreat. And Muhammad is pop capped with 150 vills. Is that really what you want? 150 vills and then mainly halves as an army? And being pop capped with quite a lot of resources in the bank? I wouldn't mind if he would delete some of those wills, for example, after getting the castle. Or doing Supremacy Rush, yeah? I mean, I think supremacy wills are probably not worse than cavalry against Mamelukes, right? At least when we look at it from a gold efficiency point of view. And what is that? Men-at-arms? As a meat shield in front of the harp? In front of the Mamelukes against the harps? Or for what? Couldn't you better add your own harps there? Especially against the player who goes for cavalry, I would prefer harps. And harps against harps isn't the worst threat if you have Mamelukes behind that. Maybe move them back a bit. Don't Saracens get harps? I know they only get pikemen, right? Because they are camel civ? Yeah, okay. Even pikemen with Mamelukes behind that would be a better meat shield in my opinion than now checking completely into champions. Oh nice, jumping into the castle, then moving out again. Yeah, that's what I remembered as well, that camel civs normally don't get harps. But there are exceptions, right? Chinese get harps, if I remember correctly. Is there one... well... and Persians are the only one with Middle Eastern architecture, okay. Oh yeah, I always forget that Ethiopians get camels. Because I would always go for harps on them. Okay, Tatars get harps as well. Humans? Oh yeah, Byzantines as well, you're right. There are quite a lot of civs that get harps and heavy camel. By the way, the castle here is now the brink of falling. Do quite a lot of traps and bombard cannons, but one bombard cannon got converted, that was helpful. Castle is down though. And now Mamluk production will decrease. Oh! The castle got denied. No, it got killed, right? Yeah. Without any resistance. Muhammad missed that just as much as I did. Why are we going back with the Wills? Isn't garrisoning here better and killing the harps with the Mamelukes? Now we're letting in the harps into our base. That's not helpful. PLP, what are you doing? Paladin is getting tagged for Muhammad. I don't really understand it. I mean, he can count a bit on lowering the Mameluke numbers at some point, and with the worst production for only 2 instead of 3 castles, and with halberdier rates that should decrease his eco-efficiency quite heavily, he can potentially hope to get something done with them, but coinage got research. Are we going for the timer victory with highest points? Well, then Muhammad has to up his game a bit. Only 1 castle left for PLP, and he apparently is completely ignoring the halberdier rate in his back. Now handling that. Okay, there are 2 as well. And Muhammad is top capped for a long time. He's doing 2 petards? For what? For what? The Paladin's doing some great jobs. Oh, and Mamelukes have to be microed back here. Oh. I mean, the harps are still all dead, but aye. Still way too much damage for PLP against his hard to replace Mamelukes. There's still halves hitting on some builds. And PLP is completely ignoring that. Instead, he runs with his Mamelukes into some halps. Now on micros nicely. Those weren't microed with them, but it's fine. Now Skirm is getting tagged. But as I learned yesterday, Mamelukes aren't as bad against Skirms as they were before. And this is a really great position for PLP to fight. And finally see the tech that gives Mamelukes more HP. I think that's way too late. Get that. I mean, it's even the castle age tech. Yeah, Mamelukes don't have the archer armor class left anymore, so no damage. Extra damage from skirms. Or do they get bonus damage against Mamelukes? Nope. Pierce against Spearman, against Cavalry Archer, and against Archer. So, yeah, Mamelukes shred skirms then. Ah, okay. If he lost the castle in which the lottery was researched and didn't notice it was that castle, then that is absolutely a mistake that is humane and understandable, but still a mistake. But one that I would do every game where I get that situation. And I'm a bit surprised that Muhammad keeps pushing here. By the way, those two Petats are running around here now. 130 HP. Yeah, we saw Theology getting researched a moment ago, or a few minutes ago. Yeah, but the Mameluke masses are now dwindling. And I have to pin a message. The chat. Yeah, meat shield in front of the Mamelukes would have been nice. I wonder how many militia line units ELP got. And how much resources he wasted by upgrading them. So he got Longswordsman. Then didn't proceed with it. Yeah, there is the lottery. When he was already very low on military numbers. Well, I think that game was better for PLP roughly when we were at... Give me 2 minutes more. Here, where he got all his tags in. And then could fight back against this push. And yeah, I think at this point it was the game of PLP, and then he couldn't finish it. And have fun at work, Avoin. Thanks for coming by for some time and for one game, right? Alright, so Muhammad is advancing the round of 64. And let's see if we have another match coming up.